When boxing fans talk about the most dominant fighters of the 21st century, one name echoes with growing resonance across arenas from Tokyo to Las Vegas: Naoya, the monster Inoue. With an aura that fuses speed, precision, and frightening knockout power, Inoue has redefined what it means to be a modern-day prizefighter. As of now, Inoue stands undefeated in 31 professional bouts, with 27 knockouts. His place among the sport's all-time greats is increasingly unquestioned. In a boxing landscape often fractured by promotional disputes and multiple belts, Inoue has cut through the noise by doing what only a handful of fighters have managed in history. He became an undisputed world champion in multiple divisions. That alone places him in a near-mythical category. But beyond the titles and the blood-stained canvas, Inoue has built considerable wealth. His net worth is estimated at $8 million, largely from fight purses, Japanese endorsements, international broadcasts, and sponsorship deals. Unlike the flashy American fighters who showcase mansions and fleets of cars, Inoue's wealth is handled with the understated discipline that has defined his career. For the monster, the respect of fans and the fear in his opponent's eyes are worth more than gold chains. Early life. Naoya Inoue was born on April 10, 1993, in Zama, Kanagawa Prefecture, Japan, a modest town that hardly seemed destined to produce a global sports icon. But destiny was quietly being shaped inside the Inoue household long before Naoya laced up his first pair of gloves. Parents. The most influential figure in his life has been his father, Shingo Inoue, a former amateur boxer whose passion for the sport became the family's heartbeat. Shingo was not merely a trainer. He was a philosopher of boxing, drilling into his son the idea that greatness comes not from talent alone but from tireless repetition and attention to fundamentals. Naoya's mother, though far more private, is often credited by those close to the family as the emotional anchor, the one who balanced the intensity of Shingo's coaching with warmth and stability at home. Siblings. Boxing is a family affair for the Inoues. Naoya's younger brother, Takuma Inoue, born in 1995, followed him into the sport and carved out his own successful career, even winning a world title in his own right. Their cousin, Koki Inoue, has also boxed professionally, making the Inoue name one of the most recognizable in Japanese boxing history. Early training. Naoya's first taste of the ring came astonishingly early. At just 5 years old, he began shadowing his father's routines. By first grade, while other kids were learning to dribble basketballs or kick soccer balls, Naoya was perfecting his jab. Shingo believed in mastery of basics, footwork, angles, and body punching. That early discipline showed itself almost immediately. By the time he reached middle school, Naoya was already competing against older, stronger boys and beating them with precision and composure beyond his years. Education. Inoue attended Sagamihara Seiryo High School, balancing studies with an increasingly demanding amateur boxing schedule. While academics were never neglected, the trajectory of his life was clear. His father's gym became a second classroom, and the ring became a stage where he rehearsed the greatness that awaited. College never came into the picture. In Japan, unlike the United States, the path to boxing glory doesn't run through universities but through national amateur circuits and then the professional ranks. Inoue's decision to turn professional straight out of high school was not only natural, it was inevitable. Personal life. Behind the ferocious nickname, the Monster, lies a surprisingly private and grounded man. Marriage and children. Naoya married his high school sweetheart, a woman whose name is deliberately kept away from the glare of the media. Together, they have built a family that includes 3 children. For Inoue, fatherhood is a counterbalance to the violence of his profession. In interviews, he has spoken of returning home after fights to the laughter of his children, a reminder that life's true victories are not always measured by belts and trophies. Religion. Inoue has not publicly identified with any religion, nor does he project strong religious affiliations in his public persona. His philosophy seems more grounded in discipline, respect, and family values than in overt spirituality. Other works and public life. Unlike many athletes who diversify into acting, music, or politics, Inoue's offering profile is modest. His endorsements are mostly tied to Japanese brands such as Six Bad fitness gear, and winning Japan boxing equipment. He occasionally appears in commercials and promotional campaigns but avoids the trappings of celebrity excess. That restraint, however, has not diminished his cultural footprint. In Japan, his fights are national events, often drawing massive television audiences. To Japanese sports fans, Inoue is not just a boxer, he's a national treasure. Professional career, amateur stardom. Inoue's amateur record was spectacular. 75 wins, 6 losses, with nearly half of those wins by knockout. A staggering figure in the amateur ranks, where KOs are rarer. He won Japanese junior championships, medaled at the Asian Youth Championships, and represented Japan at international tournaments. While he fell short of Olympic glory, his raw power and technical polish convinced insiders that he was destined for professional greatness. Turning professional. Naoya turned pro in 2012, debuting with immediate impact. In just his 4th fight, he captured the Japanese light flyweight title. That kind of meteoric rise is unheard of in boxing, where fighters often spend years fighting in obscurity before sniffing a regional belt. By his 6th fight, he claimed the WBC light flyweight world title, announcing himself as not just a prospect but a legitimate star. Climbing the divisions. From light flyweight to super flyweight to bantamweight and then super bantamweight, Inoue bulldozed through weight classes with frightening efficiency. WBC light flyweight champion, 2014. WBO junior bantamweight champion, 2014 to 2018. Unified bantamweight champion and later undisputed champion, 2022. And undisputed super bantamweight champion, 2023 present. He is one of the few men in history to become undisputed in multiple divisions during the 4-belt era, a feat shared with the likes of Terence Crawford. Memorable fights. 2019 World Boxing Super Series Final versus Naoya Inoue. This instant classic was hailed as one of the greatest bantamweight fights ever. Despite suffering a fractured orbital bone, Inoue battled back to win, showing not just power but heart. 2022 versus Paul Butler. Inoue unified the bantamweight division, becoming Japan's first ever undisputed 4-belt champion. 2023 versus Stephen Fulton. Moving up in weight, Inoue dismantled the highly regarded American, proving his power carried across divisions. 2023 versus Marlon Tapales. Inoue unified all 4 belts at super bantamweight, cementing his legacy. 2025 defenses. He has since defended the super bantamweight titles against Yejun Kim, KO, and Ramon Cardenas, TKO, keeping his unbeaten record alive. What makes Inoue special is not just his knockout power, it's his methodical violence. His footwork sets traps, his timing punishes the smallest mistakes, and his body punching has crippled world-class opponents. Writers often compare watching Inoue to seeing a samurai at work, precise, ruthless, efficient. As of September 2025, he is ranked by many outlets as the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world, a living legend still adding chapters to his story. House tour and car collection. Inoue's private nature extends to his lifestyle. Unlike many fighters who flaunt mansions on Instagram, details about his residence are scarce. What is known is that he resides in Yokohama, Kanagawa Prefecture, close to family and his father's gym. As for cars, sources list Land Rover, Range Rover Sport, and Chevrolet Suburban. This modest collection contrasts sharply with the multi-car garages of boxers like Floyd Mayweather. It reflects his Japanese cultural values: understatement, functionality, and humility. College career. Unlike American fighters who emerge from NCAA programs or Golden Glove circuits, Japanese boxers typically rise through amateur tournaments and then turn professional. Inoue did not attend university, choosing instead to pour everything into boxing straight out of high school. His college was the gym, his textbooks the heavy bag, and his exams the opponents he dismantled in the amateur ring. By the time he turned pro, he was already as polished as many seasoned professionals. As of today, Naoya Inoue is very much alive. At age 32, he continues to reign as the undisputed super bantamweight champion, showing no signs of decline. His career is ongoing, and fans eagerly anticipate who will dare step into the ring with him next. Naoya Inoue's story is one of discipline, destruction, and destiny. From a boy molded by his father's vision, to an undefeated champion feared worldwide, to a family man who returns home to the quiet joys of fatherhood, he embodies the duality of the fighter's life. Boxing thrives on myth-making, but Inoue's myth is still being written in real time. Already, his accomplishments place him in conversations with legends. What sets him apart is that at 32, he is not finished. His punches still carry the sting of inevitability. His reign still inspires awe. For Japan, he is a symbol of pride. For boxing, he is proof that greatness needs no boastful words. For opponents, he remains simply what his nickname suggests: the monster.